Steam and Steel, a tycoon-style game where you construct a massive railway in a map to connect industries of each other. We are back with another tutorial video today, folks. The last video went really well, and a lot of you really loved it, but I did notice a lot of you guys had questions regarding the other aspects of the game, like placeable buildings and how they connect with the industries. So today, I will be discussing more things I forgot to include in my first tutorial. This won't be as in-depth as the previous one, but we'll go over some more aspects of Steam and Steel, along with answering some questions you guys have been asking for a while now. Well, without further ado, let's get back into the world of Steam and Steel. In part 1, I briefly brought up placeable buildings and how they help with industries. Since then, I've seen a lot of people still have questions regarding these, so I decided to go into full detail. There are 17.5 buildings total in Steam and Steel, each serving one or more industry types. I have covered some of these buildings in the previous video, but I'll still bring them up here, albeit in less detail. The first section will be primarily on industry-specific buildings, the next will be on railway-specific. Before we start, I'd like to mention that most of the industries in game use a lot of the same buildings due to the resources they use, so expect a lot of repeated industry buildings. This doesn't mean you need to place one building per resource of an industry, as one industry building will work for different resources. The first building on the list is cordwood storage. The building costs $1,580 and is used to increase the amount of cordwood a storage an industry can have, increasing the capacity by 40. They can be placed at any of the following industries. The next building is a storage bunker. This building is primarily used for increasing the storage of minerals like coal and gravel, with a price as $2,280 and increases the storage of minerals by 35 and can be placed at the following industries. The next building is the storage shed. The storage shed is one of the most versatile buildings in the game, acting as a storage for processed goods like food and tools. It costs $1,980, increases the storage by 100, and can be placed at any of these industries. Next is the woodshed. The woodshed was for the longest time the only way to increase wood producing industry storage. It costs $3,420, increases storage by 30, and can be placed at any of these industries. Next is the industry platform. This is technically an extension of an existing industry platform at any given industry, and when placed, acts as the original industry platform. Incredibly useful for extending the industry's loading/unloading space. The price is $20,000 and can be placed at any industry within a 100-foot radius. Next up is liquid storage. This is a somewhat new industry building and increases the storage of liquid products like water and rum. The price is $4,150 and increases the storage by 100 and can be placed at any of these industries. Up next is the metal storage. This industry is used for increasing metal storage like iron ingots and copper ingots. It costs $6,714, increases storage by 35, and can be placed at any of these industries. Next up is the mineral loader. This structure is a very special case and it acts as a fast loading system for minerals specific industries like mines and quarries. Hey, future Usidas here. So while I was working on this video, I asked Greg a question regarding stuff that can be loaded via the mineral loader, and he told me that any open wagon can use the mineral loader. What this means is that literally any industry that can load resources into open wagons can use the mineral loader. So, yeah, wow. This is a huge discovery. It's apparently a bug, and I'm not sure how long it'll be in game, but yeah, now you know. Anyway, back to the video. How it works is that you need to set up a load order with any wagon that accepts minerals, such as a hopper. Then, you need to slowly drive the wagon under the mineral loader, and it will load the minerals into the wagons much faster than a regular load order will. The price is $15,000 and can be placed at these industries. Next is the log stack. The log stack is another wood-based storage being used to increase the storage of logs in industries by 20. The price is $750 and can be placed at these industries. Up next is beam storage, being another wood-based industry storage upgrade. This industry building upgrades the storage of beams at an industry by 20. It costs $890 and can be placed at any of these industries. The final industry building is the large woodshed. This large building is used for increasing the storage of wood products at an industry by 75. It costs $5,480 and can be placed at these industries. And now, we're on to the railway buildings. The first building is the coaling station. This building is specifically used for refueling locomotive coal bunkers / tenders. It costs $1,595 and can be placed anywhere on a track, although a straight section is suggested as to not cause collision issues. To use this structure, bring a locomotive up, click on the crane, and wait for it to fill the coal to the top. It doesn't require refueling by coal, but cannot load up wagons with coal. Up next is the scrap yard. This industry is where you can scrap locomotives or rolling stock you no longer have a need for. It costs $5,675 and can be placed at the end of any piece of trackage. To use it, first put a locomotive or piece of rolling stock into it, then click on the crane and select the stock inside a building. The scrap value is 75% of the original rolling stock's price. From there you can confirm to scrap it and you get 75% of the original selling price. Next up is the train works. I have covered this previously in my last video, but to summarize, this industry decreases the price of any locomotive or piece of rolling stock purchased by 20%, and any new bought rolling stock / respawn stock ends up here instead of the freight depot. It costs $13,550 and can be placed anywhere on the railway. Next building is the engine shed. This building serves as a place to park engines at the end of the day and includes a customization crane for both engines and rolling stock, allowing you to customize your roster of rolling stock or engines even after purchasing, such as change the color, name, and number. This building costs $450 and can be placed anywhere on the railway. Next up is the biggest shed in game, being the freebase shed. This building is similar to the previous engine shed, but being much bigger, allowing for the storage of many more locomotives and rolling stock, although lacking a customization crane. It costs $6,550 and can be placed anywhere on the railway. There are 1.5 buildings that are on the track object menu, which I will cover now. The first one being the roundhouse building. This building is a traditional brick roundhouse for storing engines. It includes a berth and a customization crane similar to the engine shed. It costs $750 and can be placed anywhere on the railway, but is best suited for the turntable. Next is the roundhouse wall. This structure is an add-on to the roundhouse building, allowing for you to place a wall at either end to fill the roundhouse so it's not open to the air. It costs $100 and can be placed at the side of roundhouse buildings. So, we've gone through all the buildings in Steam and Steel and what they do. Buildings aren't the only special objects in Steam and Steel, as there are a few more we need to cover. So first, head over to the Track Object tab. We did cover some of these in the last video, like the switch, but I feel it's important to cover all of these and explain them. To start, we have the switches that come in two different variations, being the 80-foot and 125-foot variations, each with left and right types. The 80-foot is a bit tighter and good for yards or slow speed lines. The 125-foot switch is broader and more useful at high speed lines when switching may occur faster and thus requires a broader angle to avoid derailing at high speeds. After these, we have the free crossover types, 45, 60, and 90. Each one is a different angle of crossover but all serve the same function, allowing rolling stock to cross over another piece of track. After these is the buffer. The buffer is the most important piece of railway infrastructure as it keeps rolling stock from rolling off the end of a track segment, useful whenever a piece of track terminates such as a yard or under construction line. Next is the 45-foot turntable. The only turntable in game, this machine allows you to rotate rolling stock 360 degrees in any direction. It can support up to 16 connections. It's mainly paired with the roundhouse, as the roundhouse building is shaped specifically to fit within the turntable, but it can use any piece of track. To operate it, use the left and right mouse buttons to turn it one segment at a time. Left mouse button for clockwise and right mouse button for counterclockwise. The next piece of infrastructure is the wood trestle no support. This is the portless version of the wood trestle, one of the track spline types you can build with in Steam and Steel. This piece allows you to make large extended sections of track without support getting in the way. It's also commonly used in building custom structures like this terminal station. There is a lot that can be known of the buildings given in Steam and Steel, and a ton of players have done just that. So many creative layouts made of just these industry buildings, and especially the wood trestle no support. Despite the lack of tools, Steam and Steel has once again shown how creative players can get when given limited resources to work with, and I'm quite excited to see what we will get in the future. So, I said at the beginning of this video I would be doing a frequently asked question at the end to talk about some questions you guys have been asking me for a while. I will be mainly doing the most commonly asked questions you guys have been asking, so let's get going. Question 1. When will you be doing another ranking video? I will be doing an updated ranking video once the electric update comes out. For those wondering, originally my thought was that by the time we got electrics in game, there would be more engines added, so I held off until then. However, I have no idea when that will be, so I actually don't know when it will come out. By come out, I mean the ranking video. So yeah, sorry for those who were waiting, it may be a while. Question 2. Why did you stop reviewing people's railways? I got really bored of reviewing railways. While each one was really unique with their own style, there comes a point when reviewing or looking at the same massive class 1 looking line gets pretty boring and you kind of run out of things to bring up. Question 3. When will Greg release a new update? Whenever he wants to. Greg considers Steam still to be a passion project or a work of art. He gets to choose when he wants to add features and what features. If he feels like a model is not good, he'll scrap it and try something else. I know this isn't really a question pointed towards me, but it's something I've been trying for a long time to tell the Steam Steel players who constantly ask Greg, and Greg often doesn't care to answer it, so I'll just put it out there. Question 4. Can you spawn a bee into my save? No. Only Greg Tame and Feistigis can spawn in bees. I am merely a server moderator and have no power in the actual game of Steam Steel. And finally, question 5. When will the Electros come out? No idea. That's up to Greg. Well, that's kind of all I have to say. A much shorter video compared to the last one, and kind of just covering industry buildings and how they work. Thank you all so much for watching. I do hope this video helped you out if you are struggling to figure out some of these things. I most likely won't be doing a third part, as I really don't have much to say regarding the aspects of the game. So yeah, stay tuned for my next video, which will be about something. I'm not sure right now. With all that out of the way, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Have a great day.